stars above. Don't fence me in. Let me ride through the wide open country that I love. Don't fence me in.
Let me be by myself in the evening breeze.
Listen to the murmur of the cottonwood trees. Send me off forever, but I ask you please, don't fence me in, just turn me loose. Let me straddle my old saddle underneath the western skies. Blue skies on my cayuse. Let me wander over yonder till I see the mountains rise. I wanna ride to the ridge where the west commences. Gaze at the moon till I lose my senses. Can't look at hovels and I can't stand fences. Don't fence me in.
Once upon a time, as a matter of fact, nearly 40 years ago, there was a notorious Western outlaw named Wildcat Kelly. He didn't want to be fenced in either, but they stuffed him into a pine box and buried him 6 feet under the sod on Boot Hill. Wait a minute. That looks like Wildcat Kelly. It is Wildcat Kelly. There's something mighty strange about this. I think we'd better investigate the story of Mr. Wildcat Kelly. But oddly enough, we must first fence ourselves in among the walls of a big city, something like this one.
It's an old custom for a boy and a girl to embrace in some secluded place. Little Mr. Cupid never could be quite so stupid as to do a turnabout face. And so it just ain't right to kiss goodnight and stop at 3 or 4, 'cause a kiss goodnight leads to a dozen or more. A kiss goodnight is all right, but remember this, that a kiss goodnight leads to another kiss. Kiss, kiss, bliss, bliss. Oh, remember this, that a kiss goodnight leads to another kiss. And that's the best part. It's an old custom for a boy and a girl to embrace in some secluded place. A little Mr. Cupid could be never quite so stupid as to do a turnabout face. And so it just ain't right to kiss goodnight and stop at 3 or 4, 'cause a kiss goodnight leads to a dozen more.
Down to Papa.
Yeah.
Well, light as a feather and twice as tickly. You know what I'm going to do?
Oh, now don't fence me in, Papa.
What? She's a photographer. It's a camera. Stop her! Get that film, grab her! She's got a photograph in there! Oh, if this ever gets out, I'm ruined! I'm ruined! Where'd she go? Where'd she go? Where is she? Stop her! Let her bring that camera in here. Why didn't somebody tell me? Oh. Where is she? Where is she? Where'd she go? Yeah, stop her! Where'd she go?
Right here, Mr. Cartwright. Thank you and good night. There's your contraband.
Great. Have any trouble?
Oh, no, not a bit of trouble. I just run around like this every once in a while to keep cool.
Say, I never realized it before, but I've got a cover girl right on my own payroll.
Oh, thank you. Boy, am I dead. When I think of what I go through to sell your magazine.
Yeah, I have been working you pretty hard, Tony. And just to prove to you how crazy get up to you, you are going on a vacation.
I must be more tired than I thought. I could have sworn you said vacation.
I did. The biggest vacation money can buy. Out where the sun rises in gold and sinks in purple. Where the bloom on the sage puts bloom in your cheeks.
Jack, you know, you're probably the worst ham in the world, but I love you madly. When do I start?
Tomorrow morning. Your train leaves at 10, my darling.
Oh, you're wonderful. Jack, you're a peach, and I take back every nasty thing I ever said about you, practically. Now, if you don't mind, I think I'd like to go home and crawl between the cool whites because I'm awfully tired.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, do you mind if I borrow that to cover my vaccination?
Not at all.
Thank you. I hope you're going to miss me as much as I'm not going to miss you.
Oh, Tony.
Uh-huh.
Did you ever hear of a guy called Wildcat Kelly?
Sounds like a circus act.
My dear, I am talking about one of the wildest, most celebrated outlaws the West ever knew, Wildcat Kelly. The authorities paid $50,000 reward for him when they brought him in feet first. He was buried in Twin Wells.
Kind of tough on the drinking water, wasn't it?
Twin Wells is a town out west there.
Yes, I know, dear. Thanks for the history lesson, but I'm still tired. Good
Hey,
night.
wait a minute. I'll take you home.
This sudden gallantry, there wouldn't be an ulterior motive, would there?
Ulterior motive, Tony? I go right by your door. You know that. Tony, about this Wildcat Kelly. One of the boys was covering a flophouse fire tonight, and he helped pull an old man out of the blaze. An old fellow by the name of McCoy. Told an amazing story before he died. McCoy claims it wasn't Wildcat Kelly they buried in Twin Wells, just a reasonable facsimile thereof.
Frame up?
That's right, between this old man and his partner to collect that $50,000. Wow. McCoy died before he disclosed who his partner was.
Yeah, but what became of the Wildcat?
That's what I want to know, and that's what the public wants to know. It's a great story. Now, Tony, it just so happens that your train goes through Twin Wells, and I was wondering...
So that's it. Why, you stinker. Vacation. I should have known all this build-up was... Here, I'm not going any farther west than Brooklyn.
You can't turn it down. Think what it means. A state swindled out of $50,000. A famous bandit still alive. Why, it's sensational. Tony, shoot plenty of film. They'll be the pictures of the year.
All right, all right.
Now, here's a copy of the old man's story. It's not much of a lead,
But enough to lead me on a vacation. Wait till you get my swindle sheets. And no squawks out of you either. Just to prove I'm a good sport, though, I'll send you a snapshot of the Wildcat's tombstone.
Thank you.
Dear boss, am enclosing picture of Wildcat Kelly's grave. From all I can find out, he really is buried here. If I don't get out of here soon, I'll be buried too.
Excuse me, ma'am. Would you please remove your pretty little frame so I can paint that stone?
Sure, Pappy. Are you the caretaker here?
Nope.
Relative of Wildcat Kelly's?
Nope.
Friend?
Yep.
Well, this is a break. Listen, I'm writing a book about Western outlaws, and it's good to meet someone who really knew one of them. Do you mind talking about him?
Oh, ma'am. Fact is, there ain't nothing I'd rather talk about. He was the greatest outlaw in the West. More sheriffs have wore out the seats of their breeches chasing him than all the road agents put together. Yes, sir. He was a rootin', tootin', six-gun shooting, ringtail buckaroo.
Were you here when they brought him in?
Help lower the box.
Did you get a good look at him?
Holy mackerel, here she comes. I gotta go to the depot. Finish it for me, will you?
Huh?
Well, howdy, folks, and welcome to the West. All aboard for the R-Bar Ranch.
Hey, any of you folks want to rough it, just pile into this here stagecoach. If you don't, we got that station wagon. Bunch of tender seats.
Here you are, Pappy, and the job's all finished.
Thank you, ma'am.
Now, when are you and I going to finish our little talk?
Well, I'm pretty busy right now, but if you should happen out to the ranch...
You've got yourself a date.
Mr. and Mrs. C.D. Smith, that's right. Climb right in. Thank you very much. Name, please.
Tony Ames.
Ames? I don't seem to have it here.
Well, you've got it now, cowboy.
Well, just a minute. I'm sorry, but all of our accommodations are reserved.
Look, I'm not a bit fussy. You can stick me in the bunkhouse or any place. It'll be perfectly all right.
That's a very interesting thought, but I'm afraid it won't work. Next, please.
I'm so thrilled. I've never been in the West before. It's so big.
Yes, it runs all the way to the east, ma'am.
It does?
Name, please.
Mrs. Prentice. Mrs. Prentice. That's spelled with 2 S's in the first Prentice and 1 S in the... Oh, wait a minute, that's wrong. It's 1 S in the second Prentice and 2... Oh, dear, I'm so thrilled I don't know how many S's I have got.
Hey, Tim. Check the rest of the folks in, will you?
Name, please. Mr. and Mrs. Tuttle.
Bob, take care of Trigger for me, will you? I'm going to ride out with Gabby.
Right?
Gabby, did you get the groceries the cook ordered?
Yeah, they're in the coach.
You didn't forget the Limburger cheese, did you?
Does it smell like I did? Phew.
I think this better ride in the boot.
Move over, Gabby. I'll drive.
Ah, get it!
Close your sleepy eyes, my little buckaroo, while the light of western skies is shining down on you. Don't you know it's time for bed? Another day is through. So go to sleep, my little buckaroo. Close your sleepy eyes, my little buckaroo, while the light of western skies is shining down on you.
What are you leaving the main road for?
Don't you know it's time for bed? Another day is through. So go to sleep, my little buckaroo.
You been eating loco weed? You never drove like this before.
I'm giving the cheese a ride. Sort of knock the rough edges off.
You hear that? Sounds like somebody hollered for help.
Maybe it's the cheese. Well, here you are. This is the end of the line.
Thanks for the buggy ride, cowboy. I enjoyed every minute of it, especially the scenery. It's beautiful.
You only had our 40-cent tour. You ought to try our deluxe trip one.
Oh, I'd love to. I'll come out on my vacation. This time I'm here on business, strictly business.
Let's forget the double talk. Our policy is the guest is always right, but you're a stowaway. I told you in town we had no reservation for you, so you'll just have to hitchhike your way back.
Hitchhike your way out of there, cowboy.
Folks, that gives you a rough idea of how we break horses around here. Of course, sometimes they break us. Take over, Gabby.
Telephone, Miss Ames. Long distance. You can take the call in the bunkhouse.
Thank you, Bob.
Folks, I'll now give you a little exhibition with the bullwhip. Hey, Shug, get in there. We'll show 'em how we do it.
Hello? Oh, hello, Jack.
Hello, Tony. You're supposed to be working out there, remember? How we doing?
Not so good. I'm willing to bet $100 I'll never find out whether Wildcat Kelly is alive or not. Sure, I've pumped the old man dry as a gourd. But all I could find out is that the Wildcat used to be the best rider, the fastest on the draw, the deadliest shot, and the only man in the West who could throw an apple in the air and cut it in half with a bullwhip. Oh! The bet's off. I'll call you later. Goodbye.
Hey, Tony! Tony!
Reach for the sky and be quick about it.
Is that really the way they did it, Pappy?
Yes, ma'am. That was 100% genuine imitation.
Horse feathers. All he knows about outlaws is what he reads in Western magazines.
Is that so? Why, you young whippersnapper, some of my best friends was road agents.
Including Wildcat Kelly?
Yeah, including the Wildcat himself. The best of them all.
If he is so that burn smart, how come he got caught?
I can tell you a story about that young feller. Only you look more natural just being ignorant.
Thanks for the pictures, Pappy. They're exactly what I need to illustrate my book.
It's a pleasure, ma'am. Great pleasure. Say, you want any more, just you holler.
That I will.
Yeah.
Well, I hope I'm not intruding. You'll pardon me, of course, but I'm just bubbling with curiosity. In short, what's the big idea?
Just doing a little checking up.
What right have you to go through my things?
The same right you had going through Gabby's things, I guess. So you're here taking pictures for Spread magazine.
I just finished. Watch for the next issue of Spread, cowboy. Have you got a surprise coming?
You mean that Gabby used to be Wildcat Kelly?
You know?
I've known for years. Gabby and I are the only ones who do know. And that's the way it's gonna stay. What'd you take out of Gabby's room?
I don't take anything except pictures. Of course, I took a look at that little flyleaf in his Bible. That inscription tells everything. May this book guide you along your new path. Wildcat Kelly. All it lacked was his name. Took a picture of that, of course.
Where's the film?
Right in here with some others I've taken.
I'm gonna have to ask you not to use any of them.
Are you kidding?
No, I'm in dead earnest.
But you're worrying about nothing. Wildcat Kelly's worst crime was robbery. It's certainly too late to prosecute him for that now.
I'm not worrying about that. For the past 40 years, Gabby's been a fine, law-abiding citizen with his past buried in that grave at Twin Wells. And that's where it's gonna stay.
I don't get it. Why are you so concerned?
Because Gabby's the best friend I ever had. Besides, I promised my dad I'd look after him.
Your dad? Was he the Reverend John Rogers that wrote that?
Gabby saved Dad's life once, and Dad saved Gabby's soul.
Oh, that's terrific. That's just what I need to round out my story.
I guess you didn't understand me.
Oh, look, cowboy, I appreciate your sentiments, but this isn't going to hurt Gabby. It's going to make him famous, don't you see?
I can see there's no use arguing with you. Give me that camera.
Don't be silly. I'm not a child, you know.
Well, I'm not so sure. Give me that camera.
Get out of the way, Shug.
doing? Yeah, what are you...
Hey, where you going with that Surrey? Hey, come back here.
Get your horse, Gabby. We've got to catch her.
Not me. I'm too old to be chasing women.
Oh, stop this thing! I wish I never shared that room with you! Help! Help! Help!
Wyatt!
Take these! Who, me? Take them! Ah! Help! Help! Whoa! Whoa! Help! Help! Stop it, you silly things! Stop it! Ah! Help! Help! Ah! Stop this thing! Ah! Whoa! Whoa! Thank you. Thank you, dear Mr. Rogers. You saved my life. You really, really did. And as for you, I will never ride another step with you, you female Ben-Hur.
I'll take that camera now. You could have handed it over without wearing out the horses.
Okay, you win.
Well, I'm sorry about this, but it's one thing to know something and another to prove it. Without these pictures, you know nothing. In fact, if your magazine printed a story about old Gabby being Wildcat Kelly without proof, you might have a big lawsuit on your hands.
I see your point.
I'm glad you do. I think I'll head back to the ranch and make sure that that Bible's in a safe place from now on.
It's incredible. I want this investigated immediately.
But, Governor, even if it is true, the statute of limitations will prevent us from prosecuting him now.
For thefts of private funds, yes, but not of public money. And the state paid $50,000 for his apprehension. If this is Wildcat Kelly, then I'll gamble he collected his own reward. And that brings up the possibility of murder. For someone was buried in that grave at Twin Wells. Get started on it at once.
Very well, sir.
Well, I'll be a son of a gun. No wonder you knew so much about Wildcat Kelly. So that's the reason you wrote that song.
And I always figured you were just a harmless old windbag.
I guess you had a right to do what you did, ma'am, but I kind of wish you hadn't done it.
Miss Ames, I reckon I underestimated you, and I apologize.
Well, that's more like the old Western chivalry. I accept your apology.
Here's something else for you to accept, your closing bill. Gabby! Gabby! What happened? Wake up, Gabby! 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 Call a doctor and get the sheriff, boys. Give me a hand. Are you hurt, I hope? First you steal the Surrey, then the station wagon. Next, I suppose it'll be Trigger.
Oh, shut up.
Oh, thank goodness, here they are. Oh, dear Mr. Rogers, did you catch him?
No, and you can ask her why. How's Gabby?
I don't know. The doctor's still with him.
Roy,
There's a train leaving at midnight. I'll have one of the boys drive you in.
I couldn't leave after what's happened.
Oh, more news, huh?
Believe it or not, Roy, I wasn't thinking about news this time. Do you think my story had anything to do with the shooting?
What do you think?
Well, I know it does look that way, but I'm awfully sorry. If there's anything I can do,
How is he, Doc?
Who, me?
Gabby, are you all right?
Sure, that bullet just parted my hair in a new place, that's all.
Gee, this is sure a relief.
How did you make out, Roy?
Not so good. I got to look at the car, though.
Gabby saw the man.
Just look-see enough to tell me he was a stranger hereabouts.
I wonder why he had it in for you.
Probably some guy he robbed.
Oh, that fella wasn't born when I was in the business.
What's your thought, Sheriff?
I'm afraid I haven't got any.
I've got one. We'll spread it around that he missed Gabby, and when he comes back to take another crack at him, we'll grab him.
Oh, no, you don't. He ain't gonna make no decoy out of me.
We'll decoy him in another way. We'll give you a funeral with all the trimmings.
Another funeral? I spent more of my life dead than alive.
Play dead. Now? Yes. Remember, he's dead.
Yes, but...
Come in.
The state investigators want to talk to Wildcat Kelly.
I'm sorry, gentlemen. He just died.
Well, that ends the state's case. It leaves us with nobody to prosecute.
Prosecute? For what?
For the murder of an unknown man, way back in 1910. The man that was buried under the name of Wildcat Kelly. There is a body in the grave, you know. But it would take a magician to identify him after all these years.
Do you think Wildcat Kelly killed him?
Well, he had to have somebody to bury in his place. But you can't hang a dead man, Sheriff.
What's he mean there's a body in that there grave? I didn't kill nobody. Put a sack of sand in the casket. I helped lower it into the grave my own self.
Looks like somebody's double-crossed you, Gabby.
It sure does, unless Gabby's double-crossing us.
Now, wait a minute. Listen, Ben, you don't think I killed a fella and stuck his body in that grave, do you?
Well, somebody stole your sack of sand and left the corpse in its place. And they did a darn good job of making the corpse look like Wildcat Kelly for the state to pay a $50,000 reward. Now, listen, Gabby, if you're behind this, you've sure got me sticking my neck out.
Mysteriously shot following the Spread magazine story that he was Wildcat Kelly. Gabby Whitaker, an employee on the R-Bar Dude Ranch, staunchly maintained to his dying breath that he was not the famous outlaw. The body ranch lodge room Tuesday afternoon between the hours of 2 and 3. So he denies he was Wildcat Kelly. Well, I want to know. You better take a look at that body.
How do I look convincing?
Not dead enough. Hand me this cornstarch.
Oh, I'm getting hay fever.
Well, don't sneeze. You'll spoil everything.
It's them blamed lilies. I never could stand them. That's better.
How's he look, boys?
Practically perfect.
I bet he can fool an undertaker. Yeah, Gabby, you look better dead than alive.
Oh, never mind your comical remarks. Let's get this darn thing over with.
We're about ready. Now remember, keep your eyes closed and don't move. A lot depends on this. Get your places, boys. If you're so anxious to take pictures, get behind these flowers and take a picture of everybody who comes in, and don't miss.
I can't do it, Roy.
Well, I thought you wanted to help.
I do want to help. With him lying there so close, I just can't.
Well, snap out of it. It's time to let the folks in. There's the lamp. Fix it the way you want it.
I'm heading for the last get along, little doggy, get along. Get along, little doggy, get along, get along, get along, little doggy, get along. I'm heading for the last roundup to the faraway ranch of the boss in the
Poor Mr. Wildcat.
where the strays are counted and branded, there go I. I'm heading for the last roundup.
Gabby. What? He's...
Nope. 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 Nope.
Any luck?
Not yet. He ain't showed up in any of these.
Well, here's the last bunch. If you don't find him in there, you certainly went to an awful lot of trouble. And scared me to death for nothing.
Nope. No.
Hey, Gabby, if this thing don't work out, I'll feel like turning in my badge. Maybe I'll have to turn in my badge after I get through helping you people play cops and robbers.
Nope. 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 Hey, here he is.
Are you sure?
Are you sure? When a fella looks at you down a gun barrel, you ain't likely to forget.
I had a hunch he'd show up. Now let's find out who he is.
And don't tell me he left his name and address.
No, but the sheriff has a description of everyone who came and the car they came in. What have you got on this one, Sheriff? Looks like he's about 36. Got a gray suit on and a striped tie.
Oh, here we are. Gray suit, striped tie. About 36 years old, came alone. License number 32S515. This is Sheriff Duncan. Give me the State Motor Vehicle Department. Yeah, you got it? Yeah. Now, how do you spell it? Yeah. At the what? Yeah, I got it. Thanks. His name is Cliff Anson. He works and lives at the Westward Hoe Club in Villegas.
Westward Ho, here we come.
Not we, just us.
Oh, sounds like the brush off.
I guess that's what you'd call it.
Okay, I can take a hint.
Here's your camera. What's your hurry?
Well, boys, don't think it hasn't been charming, because it hasn't. If you ever happen to come to the big city, look me up.
Westford Ho, here we come. So we'll go over there and snoop around. I suppose we'll all wear long, false beards and get a job entertaining or something like that.
Well, that's a general idea.
Alex, take care of my friends at the second table.
Certainly, sir.
Okay, Gabby, get out of here, quick.
I just saw him, I tell you. He's alive. He just walked into the supper room.
don't see him.
Huh? He was there just a second ago, I tell you.
How could he be? You went to his funeral.
That's what got me. I saw him there, and I just saw him here.
Then there's only one answer. And if it's what I think it is, somebody's hot on your trail. You shouldn't have come running in here. Now I'll be tied into it.
It hit me so hard I didn't stop to think what I was doing.
Get me the gate. Hello, this is Bennett. Has an old fellow with a bushy beard left the grounds in the last 5 minutes? Hasn't? Don't let him. You better pack and get out of here. There's some money. Go out that door.
Did it scare him?
I'll say it did.
Which way did he jump?
Right straight to Bennett.
The boss.
Yes, and they're in his office right now.
Don't get excited, folks. Everything will be all right.
Did I hear shots, Tom?
Sounded like it to us, Mr. Bennett.
Mr. Bennett.
Ladies and gentlemen, I regret to say that no one will be allowed to leave until the police arrive. One of my employees, Cliff Anson, has just been murdered.
Anson?
If anybody knows anything, I'd advise him to step forward and tell it, because nobody's leaving this place till I get to the bottom of this. Tell Sergeant Bone to be sure and hold those people in the gambling room. Have your men search all the rooms and bungalows. They're already doing it, Chief. Good.
They're liable to find Gabby.
Not a chance. He's miles from here by now.
No, he isn't. He's in my room.
What? Well, I told him to...
I told him to hide in my cottage. I was afraid he'd get caught sneaking out.
How did you ever keep him getting murdered?
Just a minute. Where are you going?
Well, I'm one of the employees here, and my room's locked, and I thought I'd open it for the officers.
You go back where you were. They'll get in.
Chief, Mr. Bennett knows something that might help us.
Yeah, what is it?
Well, just a few minutes before the shooting, Anson came running into my office and demanded to be paid off. He said he had to get away. He was very excited and kept mumbling something about somebody being after him.
Did he say who he was?
No, but he did point him out to me. A rather harmless-looking old fellow with a bushy beard.
Dad, blame you, turn me loose. I ain't shot nobody. You heard me, turn me loose.
Found this guy hiding in one of the cottages.
That's the man.
What did you shoot him for?
Shoot who? I don't know what you're talking about.
You're lying. You killed Cliff Anson.
Anson? Never hit him.
I've seen this fellow somewhere, Chief. I know, in Spread magazine. He's Wildcat Kelly.
Wildcat Kelly? It can't be. He was killed 2 weeks ago.
I sure was.
Here's the gun, Chief. I found it in the brush. 2 of the cylinders have been fired. Look at the name on that handle.
Wildcat Kelly.
Hey, that's my gun.
Oh, you admit it, huh?
Yeah, and I ain't seen it in more than 30 years.
30 years?
Yeah, I throwed it away the day I went out of business.
You'll have to make up a better story than that.
I know it sounds kind of fishy, but if we could kind of talk this, reach for the sky. I'm back in business again. There ain't no misguided son of the law going to put me in the calaboose.
All right, boys, we better make ourselves scarce.
Wait for baby. I'm going with you. Look pleasant, please. Thank you.
You know what this means? Helping a murderer to escape?
You're branding the wrong steer, Chief. Gabby's no murderer.
You're darn tootin' ain't. I'm only a road agent. I was.
We've got a hunch who is guilty, and you're going to be surprised when we prove it.
You boys better get a little sleep. We'll pick up the trail again in the morning. Good night. What in the thunder are you doing here?
We're waiting for you, Sheriff.
Where you been?
You know darn well where I've been.
Find anything?
That ain't funny, Gabby. I'm getting too old to be trailing around over these hills on a horse.
Well, confidentially, Ben, so am I.
Well, then why did you kill this fella Anson?
Oh, I'm surprised at you. You know I wouldn't kill nobody.
Well, then why did you come here and give yourself up? Why don't you get out of here before somebody catches you? All of you. And I gotta get some rest, too, before I start out looking for you again.
Well, thanks, Sheriff, but we're here after some information.
When I was getting my story on Wildcat Kelly, you told me the body they paid the reward on was identified by the gun he'd been wearing.
That's right.
Is this it?
Well, maybe, maybe not. You see, I was just a deputy at the time. The sheriff was a fellow by the name of Sam McCoy.
McCoy? The old man who died in the Flophouse fire. That's the lead that brought me out here.
How do you like that? The sheriff himself swindles the state out of $50,000. See, that's the reason he left town about a month after Kelly was killed.
McCoy confessed he had a partner in the racket, but he died before he could tell who it was.
And that puts me right behind the 8-ball again.
Unless it... Say, Sheriff, what happened to the gun they used to identify Wildcat Kelly's body?
Well, after they... That's funny. The longer I live, the shorter my memory gets. Now, they gave that to somebody, and I can't recollect who. Say, I got the papers on the case in my files. They ought to tell. Yeah, here we are. Yeah, here it is. Wildcat Kelly's gun given to Harry Benson at the time reward was paid. He was the fellow that brought him in.
Wait just a minute. Here's a picture I took. Can you recognize Benson among this group? Of course, he would be about 40 years older now.
Oh, I'm afraid not.
Look close, Ben. If you can recognize him, you'll get me out of this jam.
No. If he's there, I can't pick him out.
Well, what about that fellow right there?
Oh, it's been too long ago.
Say, what's this?
Oh, that's a receipt from Benson for the $50,000 reward.
Look at these two signatures. The one on our paycheck and the one on this receipt are the same handwriting.
They sure are.
This is all we need. If we can prove that Benson and Bennett are the same man, it'll show where the gun came from and who killed Anson.
Why was Anson after my scalp?
Well, it's as plain as the whiskers on your face. Bennett sent him. Bennett knew that Tony's story in the magazine would cause an investigation. And if Gabby Whitaker turned out to be Wildcat Kelly, well, $50,000 is a pretty big swindle. Not to mention a murder charge for the man that was buried in Wildcat's grave.
You're pretty good at calling cards. Well, I'm not so bad at it myself. And I've called one you've missed. The fact that you've come here to get this evidence. Only I didn't think you'd take so long.
Well, you see, we had it coming a roundabout way.
I think we'd better leave in the same manner. Shall we get started?
Started? Where?
Oh, that's unimportant. Too bad I can't collect another reward on Wildcat Kelly. This ride's for free. And you're all invited.
All right, get going.
This is all your fault, you and that camera. Well, this is one camera that'll never take another picture.
Get the car started.
you get Bennett.
So you thought you could outright Wildcat Kelly, did you? Well, get to your feet and head for town. This time I'm going to collect a reward on you.
Roy, wake up. Please wake up. Oh, I'm sorry I shot that picture. I only meant to... Well, it was for your own good. Oh, I'm darned if I know how such a big lug can be so nice sometimes. One minute I want to... Where have I heard that before?
Why didn't you do that in the first place? That's a sure way to wake me up.
I never hated anybody so much in all my life.
Kinda miss her, don't you?
The pest? I should say not. Where'd you ever get that idea?
Well, when a feller looks like he's got the colic, he's either got the colic or...
Ah, you're local. I was glad to get rid of it.
So, after 40 years, I've finally caught up with you.
Howdy, Governor Dahmer. Sit down.
I want to know what became of the money you stole from me when I owned the Yellow Nugget mine.
I figured you'd be asking that question. So I sort of balanced my books and got the answer all read out.
4 grammar schools, 1 high school, 2 libraries, 3 churches, municipal lighting plant for twin wells. You did all this with my money?
Yeah. You didn't know you were so civic-minded, did you?
And what's this? $10,000 donation.
That was for your campaign fund. See, I figured you'd make pretty good governor.
Well, thanks. Wait a minute. This doesn't add up right. There's $75,000 not accounted for. Now, where is it?
Well, you see...
Where is it?
Ladies and gentlemen, I have a little surprise for you. This establishment, with all of its recreational facilities, except in gambling, of course, is being donated to you state employees for a vacation resort. Now, wait a minute. This gift is not for me. I merely acted as the agent. The man responsible is seated right over there at that table, Governor Thomas.
Did he say me?
That's where that $75,000 went.
Thank you, friends, thank you. But I don't deserve all the credit. The man who foresaw the possibilities of this purchase is my old pal...
Wildcat Kelly, looking mighty pale, was standing by the sheriff's side. And when that sheriff said, I'm sending you to jail, Wildcat raised his head and cried, oh, give me land, lots of land under starry skies above. Don't fence me in, let me ride through the wide open country that I love. Don't fence me in, let me be by myself in the evening breeze. Listen to the murmur of the cottonwood trees. Send me off forever, but I ask you please, don't fence me in, just turn me loose. Let me straddle my old saddle underneath the western sky. On my cayuse, let me wander over yonder till I see the mountains rise. I want to ride to the ridge where the west commences and gaze at the moon until I lose my senses. I can't look at hobbles and I can't stand fences. Don't fence me in, just turn me loose. Let me straddle my old saddle underneath the western sky. On my cayuse, let me wander over yonder till I see the mountains rise. I want to ride to the ridge where the west commences and gaze at the moon until I lose my senses. I can't look at hobbles and I can't stand fences.